Well, I believe I've been a member here for, I think it's going to be coming up on 2 years in January, February. But I've been attending here probably 3 years. So I would say roughly 4 or 5 years ago, someone came to my door on Lake Street. It was just such a welcoming message, and there was no, pressure. There was just come and visit us. Or
I think we were looking, as we got kind of more involved as a family, and we were looking for a church to call home, and had a really good friend of mine, Josh, invited us to come, and I think we kind of talked a little bit with him and Katie about what they liked, or if they liked going to the church, and so we decided to give it a try.
Our friends Mo and Lois that attend here regularly invited us. I think one night they were over at our house and Lois brought one of those little cards for a new series and asked if we wanted to come because she knew we were looking for a new church. So we went to a church that was an hour away and we weren't attending regularly just because it was so far away. So we decided we'd give it a shot.
Once we got married, we started looking for a church and tried a couple out, but never found anything as good as Good News.
We were looking for a church to get this big 4-year-old baptized, and at that time our oldest Elsie was going to 4K with Pastor Bauer's middle daughter, and we asked if we potentially could have her baptized at Good News, and from there we all became members of the church.
Lance works in Mount Horeb, and so visiting him at work, I always saw the soccer camp, Good News soccer camp signs all over. And so one year I decided I would go check it out because our youngest Gage was old enough to participate in sports like that. So signed up, and he came in, he loved it, and that just started my relationship with Good News along with the kids. So yeah, we never looked back.
We've been going now for like about 2 years, and we were always going as a family. As she said, she started going as a member into the member class, where I kind of quietly sat in the background observing and listening and trying to get a feel for, because I don't like to jump into anything. So over a period of almost 2 years, really found a good feel. My background isn't really church involved. I never was. I always went to church with my wife and children, but it was just more out of this is what you kind of do.
From the first time I came, I felt very welcomed. I felt truly that God was present here. And
from the moment we walked in, it just, it's kind of odd to say, but it felt like home just because everyone was so friendly.
Well, I just know from the get-go when I walked through the doors of Good News, everyone was always so welcoming. So that made it so much easier to start forming those relationships because everyone was like, how are you? How can we help you? Everyone was, ready to greet you at the door.
I guess, the first couple times of being in service, it just felt very homey, like a family. So it was very inviting.
But it came very evident in a very short time that this was the new family I needed to be part of.
This last weekend, I took my first communion, which was kind of a big deal. It was a big deal. Also with my daughter, who was her first communion, went through the classes and really got a better understanding about religion and what this religion is versus what sometimes you think things are.
I've really enjoyed getting together with the other women in church for the women's Bible studies, the other groups, smaller groups that we can do during the week to help us grow in our faith and continue to have people that support you in your beliefs as well.
Like me, she'll pick certain things, or she'll hear something and she'll ask me, well, what's that mean, or what's that mean? And it's a good, again, gateway to kind of talk more about it and bring it more into our home life.
It's one thing to go to church on Sunday and be here, but it's really nice when you take that home with you and apply it in your regular day-to-day life. So
The world's a tough place, and there's trials and tribulations, and you are going to get the gamut thrown at you, and without that faith foundation that you can rely on, you are just going to get swallowed up. And
I'm on this journey with Christ, but I'm also on a journey along with all the folks of Good News here.
It certainly has helped us as a family, to be part of it as one unit versus some going and belonging and not. It's more of a comfort and like a place where I feel like I should be versus where I should have to go.
Let's just say it's just good news.